Alright, so back again, my 69 Chevrolet with the 6.5 liter turbo diesel. So, project's never done. I actually had the whole engine out again, whole front end of this torn apart. The intent was, I had originally installed the engine about, probably about 2.5 inches forward and probably about 3 inches taller than the original mounting points. So that caused a couple problems and gave me tons of room in the back, which is where I was trying to get, but it made it. Oh, no. So the biggest problem I was having was getting, sun's in there, clearance on my headers for frame rail. Probably can't. Oh, there you go. Well, I had to cut the studs off, the factory stud heads. See, there's one off. Bring them way down right to the edge of that frickin' frame. Actually sanded right there, just a little bit to make it clear. Just a smidge off, but just with a sander disc. Nothing too crazy, nothing to weaken the frame. And what I have under here, you can see it better on the other side. These used to be a set of the CCP tubular mounts, but I didn't want to, originally they didn't fit because they didn't clear the truck headers, the truck manifolds. But what I ended up doing later on, after I found that my raised and brought forward mounts weren't going to work because of I couldn't fit a big enough electric fan. I had some low profiles. Where are they? Here you go. So I had some low profile Summit fans. They're the same as the Flex-A-Lite super low profiles. They were great until you were going up a hill on the highway at 120 degrees outside. So it didn't quite work. So I got a set of Flex-A-Lite. So these are for the Chevrolets with the 27.5 inch core radiators. This is actually a GM G20 van radiator from a 6.2, and I haven't cleaned it up yet, but I had a braze on because they don't come with water necks, so I brazed on a water neck. That little guy was $10. Just brazed it on there real quick. It's still got all the flux and crap still on it, but I'll clean it up and paint it when I get it all ready. And anyway, so this is this guy right here is 4900 CFM fans from Flex-A-Lite. Those are 2200 or something, so over double the airflow, which is what I needed. Anyways, so the problem was right down. I don't even know if you gents can see it. Okay, there we go. So I had to trim the nub off of the water pump housing, the water pump. Water pump pulley, the hub and nut for the mechanical fan. I had to trim that off, trimmed it off real nice, and gave me just enough clearance. I'll stick my fingers in there, in between the fan blades and that, so that'll be no problem now. But nice and tight now. Everything's actually nice and tight. It took a little bit extra work, but it's one of those things of, it's like, I hope you guys don't have to go through this this much of a headache like I had too. But my learning will be your knowledge, I guess. So what I ended up doing was I ended up cutting those CCP mounts off the top and just bending a piece of steel and welding it in. So it gave me that hose out of the way. I can't even get that out of the way. Oh, there you go. Yep. Just bent it down, up, and under. Bolted it in with the same style hardware and everything. Fit right in perfectly. Same mounts and everything, friggin', but yeah. It gave me tons of room to drop that down right to where the stock height is. Engine fits in there much more snugly. I have more room for my tranny cooler lines. I had to recut my drive shaft down again. So I had to extend it before, now I had to cut it back down. Yeah, it's a freaking mess right now on top, but that's just because I piled all the wiring and everything on top to get it out of the way. Oh, and one little tidbit for you gentlemen who are doing a swap in a 67 to 72, use a GM G20 van. It actually fits perfectly. I just stuck it in there just now, just for testing purposes, but it fits perfect. Well, if I can get it out of there, it's a oh, there you go. It's a Gates 285. It's the lower radiator hose for a van, G20 van. Fits perfect. Goes right up over the frame rail. Boom, just like it was made to do it. Clears it. G20 radiator. Fits perfectly fine. Just have a radiator shop put a neck on it for you. They're like $10, $7 for the necks. So they're super cheap. And yeah, and that lower radiator hose fits better than the setup I had made with a couple of silicone elbows. So I'm actually very, very happy about that. And then obviously it's just a truck upper radiator hose, so it'll go right on there. So yeah, it actually was nice having something that you buy just right off the shelf and it fit. Alrighty, well, if you guys have any questions about what's going on, feel free to. I think I have it all up on Diesel Bombers as well, but feel free to message me if you got any questions, if you're doing a swap yourself, and I'll try to pass along any headaches I had and what the workarounds were on them.